Hello folks, today we got a special guest. We got Greg Hall from this brand right here, the Bar Diamond H. Okay, horses, they sell just like this beauty right here. And he's originally from Texas. So today what he's going to do is introduce how to tie hard and fast in a different style of roping. So I'm going to turn it over to my good friend here.
Yep, it's all in preference, you know, poly rope, nylon rope. Today I'm going to be roping some calves, so I like to use a poly. Just a little bit better feel on all of them smaller heads and all. You can really, it's a little bit snappier. You can hurry up and get it around them small heads, and you feel your tip a lot better, I feel like. Tie on versus dally. You know, I got this short horn, you know, this is kind of a Texas style saddle. Got some big swells. It's on a Will James tree. Old stripped down seat rig, and really short horn. It's not real conducive for dallying, but you know, I have dallied on it. You can dally on it. It's just, you know, to me, I don't like losing my rope when I'm barreling down after a fast calf, and I want to know once I got it that I got it and I can get the job done. So I tie on out in the pasture with a lot of them smaller calves and everything, and this is how I do it. I'll take just a standard rope, and I try to, these calf ropes about 30 foot long, 28, 30 foot long, and I want to make sure I have enough length, but you don't want it to be too long being tied on, because you want to still be able to have control of your rope, and the longer that rope is, the less control you have. So I'll take it. I like to go about, I like to have about, between 25 to 25 feet or so, you know, of rope to have for like a fishing line. I just, you can either tie a horn knot in, which I have done with some of my ropes. I don't have any of those with me today, but this one I'm just kind of doing on the fly. So I'll find out where I want to put my hondo, or where I want to put my horn knot. I pinch it like so, and then I'll take the end and I'll make a knot.
And that looks like a regular overhand knot.
It's just a regular old overhand knot, yep. Then I'll take my horn knot.
Well, that's a good looking horn knot.
You know, some guys have flashy horn knots, some don't. And then there it is. So then you can just take it on here. I like my slack to be on the opposite side. Whenever you're ready to barrel down after one, you got it right there. And then it ain't going nowhere, folks. Kind of demonstrate. I'll take the slack. I like to take it and wrap it. I'll cut this string off. All this extra twine. Make sure you keep a sharp knife with you all, folks, because you know the difference between tie on and dally. If you dally in and you get in a bind, you can just let her go most of the time and it won't catch. So then you can get out of there before there's a wreck. And with tying on, you're kind of stuck to it. You know, there's an old saying, you know, for you old hard and fast dillies, you rope it and it's yours, or you're its, you know. So so we take it, I take that extra piece there, I run it down to the inside so it's out of my way, and then I'll run it through the back part of that knee, and that's straight up out of my way. It's not, I'm not going to get hung up on it or anything like that. So that's what I like to do with my slack. And then I'll take I'll just kind of demonstrate how I use this here. There. You can just take it real quick, put it on your horn, just one-handed, and still have a hand free. You know, you can do all this with just one hand. You can have your hands on your reins, and then you can just put it on real quick, and then keep track of your critter, and then bam, you're good to go. So that's kind of what I like about them. They're just a lot faster and a lot handier. You know, whenever you're barreling down, it's all in terms of style too. You know, a guy that dallies can do it just as good as a guy tied on. It all depends on just your style and how you want to do it and what you're most comfortable with and what your horse is most comfortable with. It takes you got to have a horse that can really watch that rope whenever you're off and just tie it on. Just keep that in mind. That's all I got.
All right, so try and burn the ends there. We're on this side of the horse.
Stirrups.
So when you throw your loop, and it's a little bit different dallying, so how do you hold your hand when you got something on the end of the rope?
Yeah, once you chunk your line, you're tied on. For all you fishermen out there, you got them Zedco spin cast reels, then you got them bay casters where you got to kind of work it with your thumb. And that kind of takes some art, like it takes a little bit of skill to be able to use those bay casters. It's kind of how it is with tying on. Once you chunk that line, you don't just want to let it go because then all your slack gets.
All right, so we're prowling around, checking the cattle health and checking the calves, and this one looks pretty darn sick. Ribby not doing much by itself. So we'll go ahead and catch this one. There we go. Good. So you can see he's tied off hard and fast here. And he's getting set up with his reins, dismounting, and following his line down with his hand on the rope all the way down to the calf. One 754. put green marks on the back to annotate when we find a little booger again. I'll ride up to it so you can see. That way we know we've already doctored it, even though there's only 2 of us, and we kind of memorize the tag number. It just helps have a little bit of coloring on top, just to remind us. So you can kind of see the green on top of this calf here. Stick. And there we go, folks. We just doctored 1 calf, or I should say my partner did. Here we go.